Hi guys! Okay, I don't know about you, but I am so ready for fall makeup. So today we're going to be refreshing my everyday makeup drawers for the fall. The weather has started to cool down here in Washington and I'm living. Can't wait to pick out some of my favorite fall products. First, I did want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Anna Luisa. Anna Luisa makes my favorite jewelry for every day. I love Anna Luisa because number one, their pieces are super cute. They have tons of different types of designs. They have some more minimal ones. They also have some colorful, fun, chunky pieces, but they are really built to last, and that's what I love so much about them. I've had some of my Anna Luisa pieces for 3-4 years now, and they have held up so well. Like some of the pieces I wear constantly, like this necklace, such a cute little butterfly. I wear this all the time. I've had it for a couple of years now and it is still looking good as new. I also have on the low medium silver hoops, which I wear all the time. I would say these are probably my most worn earrings right now. I've been really into mixed metals lately because I wear a silver aura ring, which you guys see me wearing in pretty much every single video. I love this thing. It's a wellness tracker and I have the silver version of that, but I also love gold jewelry. So lately I've just been having fun mixing and matching. This right here is new to me. This is the Cody signet ring. I love just a simple signet ring. I actually have that stacked with the Stephanie silver, so this kind of helps tie in the silver and gold together. And then on this hand, I also mixed and matched some silver and gold. So this is the silver rope slim, such a classic. And then these other two are newer to me. So this is the sky silver ring. This is a domed ring, really sparkly and cute. And then this one on my middle finger, this might be my favorite Anna Luisa ring of all time. Like, I think this has taken the cake for my number one. This is the winter reversible ring, and this is actually a fidget ring. So on one side you have a mother of pearl, and then on the other side you have malachite, which is beautiful. I love this color of green, but this is so much fun. If you, like me, are an anxious fidgeter, this is a game changer. I was so excited to see that they had one of these. I hope they come out with more fidget type jewelry because whenever I'm sitting still, I have to be like messing with something. My fingers need to be occupied. So if you're in the market for some new jewelry for fall, I cannot recommend Anna Luisa enough. Right now they're having up to 30% off on their website. Thank you to Anna Luisa for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into the everyday makeup drawer. Alright, so starting out with my face drawer, you will see some new things in here that I'm testing that I'm not sure are gonna stay in my collection. This I've only tried once so far, the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip and Glow. So this is like a glowy gripping primer. I'm not usually a fan of glowy primers, but if it has a gripping effect, I might be into it. So like I said, I've only tried it once so far, so I definitely need to keep testing it, but that will stay in here. Also the Say Glowy Super Gel. This is basically a glowy all-purpose primer, highlighter, whatever you want it to be. Again, I'm still testing this out as well, but I just don't think this is the product for me, because if something is glowy but it doesn't do anything else, like if it's not also going to prolong the wear of my makeup, or if it doesn't have coverage like the e.l.f. Halo Glow or the Charlotte Tilbury, then I just don't really see the point. I don't know, I'm still testing this. I know a lot of people love this, so I'm like trying to give it a chance, but I kind of just think this really isn't quite the product for me. But anyway, it will stay in here while I continue testing it. I fall more and more in love with this product every time I use it. The CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence, and it's so funny because I started out not liking this at all, but it has only grown on me. I actually feel like I've made my way through a decent amount of it. This is just such a beautiful skin tint, and I like that it's not super glowy. It's actually more on the matte side. I've gotten a lot of use out of this, so I'm gonna put this away and pick something else out. I haven't been as in the mood for full coverage lately, so I feel like I didn't use this one as much, the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It foundation. I think I probably will get more into this in the winter. That's when I kind of lean into the more high coverage, glam looks. I did use it once or twice, so I'm glad to at least have gotten some use out of it, but I'm gonna put this one away as well and pick out something different. And then another foundation that I've been testing is the Jones Road What the Foundation. I have such mixed feelings on this right now. It looks beautiful on the skin. It almost has like a waxy texture, and what I don't like about it is how gritty it is. Mine has like actual beads that, you know, you can kind of melt them into the skin, but they are kind of annoying. I've like stirred it and it's just, I don't know, there's something about the formulation of this that's kind of, I don't know, it's not quite right. But looking past that, this really does have a beautiful effect on the skin. I just don't know if I feel like, you know, it's worth the price. Again, this will stay in here as I continue testing it for my next like new makeup tier list video, but yeah, to be continued on this. Then I have the Glow Recipe Hue Drops in here. These are actually really nice under the CoverGirl essence because this is actually a bit too light for me, so this balances it out perfectly. But I will go ahead and put this away because I want to pull in a different primer. Really happy to say I love this combo. The Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer plus the Milani Conceal and Perfect in Rose. So I've said before, the Natasha Denona concealer in N2 is a little bit too dark for me. Mixing it with this corrector actually ended up being like the perfect shade. So really happy to have found a way to use this concealer now. Then in the cream cheek container, I had the Lawless cream blush in Gumdrop. I love these Lawless blushes. This is just such an easy to work with formula. It's not like a super glowy cream blush, which I like because, you know, sometimes you don't want everything to be glowy. And I actually love this color. I didn't think I would, but it's just really fun and bright and vibrant. But I'm gonna put that away since I definitely feel like, you know, I want to pick something a little bit more fall looking. And then this is another great summer blush, the AOA Studio Plush Blush in Cumulus. This is such a fun liquid blush. It's kind of like a watercolor looking blush. It actually, I mean, it looks like a nail polish. Yeah, and it looks like kind of like a scary bright color, but it sheers out really beautifully. That was a lot of fun. I definitely got some good use out of both of these while, you know, summer was still in full swing, but I'm ready to pick out some more fall colors. The e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, I actually don't know if I used this at all, so I think I'm gonna leave this in for another rotation. This is something that I actually have decided to declutter. Sometimes with these everyday makeup drawer videos, I identify something that maybe just doesn't belong in my collection anymore, and that's how I feel about this. So this is the LYS Cream Bronzer Stick in Motivate, and I don't know. This used to be the lightest shade that it came in, but I think they have actually come out with a few more shades, and there's now a shade even lighter than this that I may like more. I do love the formula of this, and I think that's why I've kept it around so long. It's just really creamy, really blendable, but the shade is so warm. When I had red hair, I actually really liked this color on me, but now I just feel like it looks a little unnatural. I wore it a couple of times over the last month, and I just really wasn't happy with the way my bronzer looked at all. I think I just, you know, I really prefer really more neutral or even rosy bronzers. This is just a bit too yellow based for me at this time, so that's gonna go. I did really enjoy the Revolution bronzing drops. I like to use this as a liquid bronzer. I have the shade Scorched Light Medium. Got quite a bit of use out of this, so I will go ahead and put that away. This is something new to me, the One Size loose powder in Ultra Pink. This really is ultra pink. It's like Pepto-Bismol pink. I don't think I like this as much as the e.l.f. light pink powder. That one is a much more subtle pink. My main problem with this actually is that it's kind of gritty. Like it kind of comes out in clumps. This is a mini size that I got as a Sephora Point Perk. Maybe the full size isn't that way, but it just kind of sticks together in clumps and it makes it kind of hard to pick up evenly on a powder puff. I also just have to be careful not to use too much because it can just look too pink on my under eyes, but as long as I don't use too much, it's fine. I'll still use this up, but I don't know. I'm not impressed. Also, this Jones Road, this is their tinted face powder, but it's in the untinted shade. They do have some tinted versions of this as well, but this you can see is like a stark white. And, you know, the translucent setting powders that I like the e.l.f., the e.l.f. Halo Glow, the Revolution translucent baking powder, those are more of like an off-white, but this leaves such a white cast on my skin. So I will keep this for my next speed reviews, but after that I don't think this is going to be staying in my collection. Then I have the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. I love this. I want to try to use this up. So I actually think I'm going to just leave this in here actually, and just keep working on it. Then I have the Sigma Matte Bronzer in Light. I actually love this bronzer. It is like the perfect tone for me, perfect depth as well. It's a little bit deeper than like my Charlotte Tilbury and even my Fenty powder bronzers, but I still love it. I just get a very natural look with this, so I'm gonna put that away because again, I got quite a bit of use out of this. I did, if you saw my most recent fall reset day vlog, I did repress my Kokie powder blush in Bellissima. This used to have an ombre effect, but I wanted it to be just a solid color. I find it a little bit easier to use. I have used it since repressing it, and I don't know, I need to keep playing with it because I almost feel like something about the color is a little off. Like it just went on kind of patchy. So I'm actually gonna leave this in here and keep playing with it because I'm kind of like I don't know, did I ruin it? Maybe. That's never happened to me before with repressing anything. I'm gonna keep it in here and test it a few more times to figure out what's going on there. Also in here I have the Athr Highlight in Pink Diamond Dust. I'm gonna keep this in here as well actually because I'm trying to hit pan on this. I think in order to hit pan on this I'm gonna have to start using it as eyeshadow more often. But yeah, let me keep that. I love that. And then I will put away Milani Luminoso, another very summery shade to me. I'm starting to feel like maybe this is a little bit too glowy for me. I think I said that the last time I had this in my everyday makeup drawer too. But sometimes it just looks like I put on too much highlight when I wear this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't feel strongly enough to declutter it at this point, but maybe I just prefer matte powder blushes. But then again, I don't know. I kind of go in and out of phases with liking glowy versus matte blushes. I will keep it in my collection for now, but I don't know. I'm just having mixed feelings on this. Then these two setting sprays I'll keep in here as well because I'm trying to use both of them up. But look at my progress here on the JLo. Well, it's kind of hard to show, but I am more than halfway through it right now. So that I want to use that by the end of the year. This is what I use for a more hydrating setting mist. And then the Urban Decay All Nighter Mini, I'm also, I don't know, I think there's like really not very much left in here. Doesn't sound like there's much. So that's that drawer and what's staying in here. Alright, so then we have my eye and lip drawer. Not as many products in here, but I have a few single shadows, and I don't know if I used any of these. We have ColourPop A Little Quirky. I think I do want to keep this one in here for another rotation, because this one is perfect for fall. I definitely did use my e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in Copper Chic, but I love this one for fall. This is like just such a perfect one and done fall shadow, so I think I am going to leave this one in as well. This is the What's Up Beauty Latte-tude duo. I've used this once so far. I love it. Like, love this. This is just such a great, easy, quick look. I am going to leave this in here as well because I want to review that. These two, the Ulta Beauty Lustrous, you know what? I'm just going to leave all of these in here because I feel like I didn't get enough use out of these potted shadows, so I just haven't been wearing makeup that much lately. I'm thinking about doing a challenge in October where I try to wear makeup every day for a month. I don't know, I'm thinking about it. ABH Norvina, I'm just trying to use this as much as I can this year. Then over here we have lip products. I'm happy to say I actually do think I used all of these lip products at least once, so I am going to take all of them out. CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss. I like this. Mainly what I like about it is the flavor or the scent. It smells really good. This is in the shade You're Just Jelly. Queen Musea Dorian. This is such a cute, like, soft coral shade. Great for late summer. This is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in Hibiscus. Just a nice rosy color. This is the Bite Lip Crayon in Stinger. Love this color as well for summertime. The Revi Beauty Effortless Lip in Lily. This is my favorite of that line. It's just like the perfect warm nude. The e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in Cheery. I did use this in my video where I followed a Hung Van Gogh makeup tutorial. That's what I used on the lips. Then this is the e.l.f. Glossy Lip Stain in Coral Cutie, like a really sheer orange shade. Another fun one for summer. The Lawless Forget the Filler in Juicy Watermelon, another really fun one for summer. And this is just one thing that I'm testing. This is the Sachu Lip Liner Stain in Hazel. So this is like that peel off lip liner stain. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about that. So that's everything. Taking out all those lip products, but keeping in all those eyeshadows. All right, time to pick out some new products or new old products to add in. So starting with primer, I'm gonna add this one back in, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty, because I am trying to use this up. Also trying to use up, or just use as much as I can, of the LYS Triple Fix Foundation. And I really love this foundation for every day. It's a great, just hydrating, natural looking foundation. So we'll add that one. Then for concealer, I really feel like it's been a long time since I used this Urban Decay Stay Naked, so let's add that one in, and then I'll pick my other color corrector, the NYX Pro Fix Stick. I just have these are the only two color correctors I have, so I'll just kind of alternate between those two, but this is my top favorite. Love it. Then for powder, I put away the one size pink powder. So I'm gonna add in my favorite pink powder. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow in light pink. Much more subtle pink. This is my top favorite for the under eyes. And I think I'll leave it at that for powder since I have the CoverGirl and the Jones Road one already in there. And I also am not going to pick any new setting sprays because I just want to focus on using those other two up. All right, next drawer. For bronzer or contour, I'm going to pull in my Oma Beauty contour stick in White Pearl. This is, I've been kind of waiting until not summer to start using this more. And this also, of course, has a cream highlight on the other end, which is like a rose gold kind of highlight. So I really want to focus on this and use this as much as possible. And then for a powder bronzer, let's do my favorite, which is the Fenty. I think it's been a little while since I've had this in there. This is the shade Into Sun. Love this bronzer. Okay, then for blush, this is like one of the things that I've just been itching to use again. This is the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush in Nude Tude. This is, I mean, it's really similar to the color of the packaging. It's this beautiful kind of spicy nude brown blush. I love this in the fall. I cannot wait to use this. I'll also do one more cream blush. I think I'll do my other Lawless blush. This is in the shade Angel. Another nude. This is more of like a soft pinky nude. So pretty. Then let's see, for powder blush, I think I'm going to do my other Milani Baked blush. This one is in the shade Berry Amour. Yeah, this looks like such a perfect fall color. I love the mix of like berry and bronze in here. Just beautiful. This one I feel like isn't quite as glowy as Luminoso, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've used it. And then for highlighter, I already have that Athr highlight in there. And then I, of course, also have the Oma stick highlight and the e.l.f. Halo Glow. So, you know what? I actually think that is enough highlighter, so I'm not going to pick any more of these. Okay, let's pick some fall lip products. I'm going to start actually in the lip liner category. This is another one that I've been kind of like waiting until the fall to use. This is the BK Beauty lip liner in Warm Spice. I really want to use this up like by my next everyday makeup drawer. I know that sounds bold, but okay, so that's how much is left of this. If I use this as a blush and a lip liner over the next month, I think I can do that. I know that sounds like a big goal, but yeah, I want to get some more makeup products used up. Even though I'm not doing a makeup project pan, I still want to use things up. So I'm going to really focus on this over the next month. I think this is the only lip liner that I'm going to pull in. Actually, I lied. I do want something a little bit more neutral. Let's also grab my favorite, like this is probably my top favorite lip liner in my collection, Jones Road Mauve. So those will be my lip liners that I focus on. All right, next for the gloss category, I do want to make sure I pick one SPF lip product. So I'm going to grab the In Beauty Project Sun Balm SPF 30 in the shade Latte. This is a beautiful shade for fall. It's a nice nude brown. So that's what that shade looks like. Love this. I even just love this as like a tinted lip balm, regardless of it having SPF in it, but I love that it has SPF 30. Let's also pull in a nude gloss. I'm going to do this one. This is the Sigma Renew Lip Oil in the shade Tint. It's just this nice nude beigey pink color. It's very sheer on the lips, but I think this will be pretty with really either of those lip liners that I picked. And then these are my lipsticks and tinted lip balms. Ooh, this one I'm really excited to use again. This is the Estate Lip Thirst in the shade Pina, which is one of my favorite lip colors for the fall. It's this really fun, vampy purple shade. Definitely want to use that this fall. Let's see, I also want to grab a nude color. Let's see. This is the e.l.f. O-Face Satin Lipstick in the shade No Doubt. These e.l.f. O-Face lipsticks are so luxe. So there's that color, a nice nude brown. And I think I'm going to cap it there on lip products. I think that's the perfect number. I've got a couple of lipsticks, a tinted balm, a lip oil, and 2 lip liners. I think that's the perfect number. And don't forget, I'm also focusing on my Minori lip gloss in Cozy, which is such a perfect shade for fall. This is another thing, I want to finish this by my next empties video, which I'm going to film at the end of September, most likely. So I'm really going to try to use this a ton over the next couple weeks. All right, so here's my palette basket that I put together last rotation. A lot of these things I think I want to stay in for another rotation because I either didn't get to use them as much as I wanted to, or they're just so perfect for fall that I just want to keep using them. I am going to leave in the Urban Decay Naked palette. I've been having fun with this, but again, I just have not been wearing makeup enough to get to use all these things enough. So that's kind of why I want to do some kind of like daily makeup challenge in October. Sigma Cool Neutrals, I also used this once. I want to use it more because I love this palette. This is just a beautiful palette. I do think the name Cool Neutrals is kind of silly because it definitely has a lot of warm tones in it. in addition to cool tones, but regardless, it's a beautiful palette. Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude. I am going to leave this one in, as well as Alter Ego Daylight, which is meant to be a dupe, because I still want to film, I think I'm going to film a short form video comparing these two, like one look on one eye, one on the other, to see which one performs better. But spoiler, I actually found the mattes in the Alter Ego palette way more blendable than Natasha Denona, but those are going to stay in as well. A lot of these are going to stay in. I'm also, this one's also going to stay. This is the Nomad Fuji 5 Lakes palette, which is their fall release. I do want to use this a few more times, but I have to say the shimmers in here have been creasing on me. Even with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, Milani eyeshadow primer, it doesn't matter, they crease. So, I love this color story and this packaging is stunning, but I don't know about this palette. I really don't. I didn't get a chance to use this one, so I'm going to keep this one in for another rotation as well. Nomad New Zealand Stargazing. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this one out and probably put it back in October, because that's when I feel like this is going to be perfect with like the purples. Yeah, this looks like a good October palette. So I'm going to take this out just to make room for something else. I'm also going to take this one out. This is Alter Ego Midsummer. I do love this palette. I'm sad to take it out. I am, because I love it, but I did use this a couple of times, so we'll take that one out. We'll also take out Alter Ego Dream Gaze. This is a pastel palette. I really wanted to make sure I used this some more in the summer, before summer was officially over. I love this palette so much, but now is definitely not the time of year that I'm going to be reaching for this anymore. The What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye. Loving this one as well. This is, oh my gosh, just the shimmers in here are ridiculous. I am going to keep this one in a little bit longer because I do want to review this soon since it's new. Or new to me. Sadly, I don't think I got a chance to use Jungle Lights either, or Essence Coral Me maybe. Dang, I just haven't been wearing makeup enough. That's really the problem. But I'm gonna go ahead and put these away and just pick some new stuff. Essence Coral Me maybe. I do love these two palettes, but I just haven't had enough chances to use them. So that leaves us with these 6 palettes, and then of course I will also be putting together some more magnetic shades to go in here. Alright, so here's my palette drawer. Here's one that I really want to add in. This is the ColourPop Sweet as Can Be palette. Even though this kind of has the vibe of a spring palette, this has some beautiful fall tones with like the mustard, the orange, the burgundy, the greens even. Yeah, I think this is actually such a fall appropriate palette. So hi Tala. I actually want to add another Nomad palette in. The Nomad Ireland palette that came out earlier this year. This has a lot of green, but it also has some beautiful fall tones. I've been thinking this would make a great fall palette, so I'm going to add this one in as well. I also think the Ace Boutte Flora palette is perfect for fall. It's really got a lot of those fiery fall leaf colors, the reds, the yellows. Yeah, let's add this one as well. I love this palette so much. Okay, I think I have room for one more palette. I actually want to pull in my ABH Sultry palette. I love a taupey brown smoky eye this time of year, and I think this palette is going to be perfect for that. I mean, it might have some overlap with Urban Decay Naked, but that's okay with me. I don't even care. I love this palette, and again, I just feel like it's been way too long since I used it. So this will be our 10th palette. So for my custom palette, I think I want to put together something kind of plummy and vampy. So let's see. Let's add this shade this is from the Shared Planet Polar Bear palette, just a taupe shimmer. And we'll also, from that same Shared Planet palette, this is also depotted from there, I'm going to add this matte shade. This is just like a matte, rosy, very light taupe. This shade, I think, is from the BH Summer in Saint Tropez, and it's the shade Cabana. It's like a plummy purple. It's not there. This, I think, would make a beautiful topper for some of these shades. This is the Clarity shadow in the shade Playboy. Yeah, you can see it's like a purple and silver duochrome. Really glittery. Add in a rosy shimmer as well. All right, let's do this one. This will be a good lid shade or inner corner highlight. This is the shade The Hills from the BH Lost in LA palette. And maybe I'll add like some slightly warmer rosy tones to this. Let's do this matte. This is the shade Sand from the BH Summer in Saint Tropez. A little bit of a warmer matte. And I'm actually going to put this one back in, even though it's been in there before. But this is the Makeup Geek single in Grandstand. And can I fit anything else in here? That might be all I can fit in here, actually. I know it looks like kind of a silly little hodgepodge of shades, but I actually really like this selection. So there's my palette basket for the next rotation, and I actually want to show you something. So this is an app called Tiny Decisions, and you can basically, I used it for a makeup roulette that I just did on my Patreon and channel membership, where I did a category for every step of my makeup routine, and it's essentially, you can put in all your products or anything that you want it to select randomly and spin the wheel and it'll choose for you. But I want to make a wheel for this palette basket so that for today's Get Ready With Me and then any day that I don't know what palette to use, I can just let the wheel decide for me. And I'm hoping that'll also help me just use these palettes more and it'll just make my makeup process more fun. So I'm going to call it September, or actually it's really going to be like September and October palette basket. Alright, so I just typed out all of the palettes from the basket, and then I also did one for the magnetic palette. So with that, let's hop over to my vanity and do a Get Ready With Me using some of the products that we picked, and I will also be spinning the wheel to select a palette. For primer, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Poreless Putty. Oh, and the sunscreen I have on today is the Beauty of Joseon Ginseng Moist Sun Serum, which I actually feel like is looking pretty glowy today. So for foundation, let's go in with the LYS Triple Fix. I'm kind of shaking it since it's been a while since I've used this. I actually have band practice later. I just joined a community band. I play clarinet. I played clarinet all through like middle school, high school, and college. And since then I've really missed being part of some kind of music ensemble. Yeah, it's been really fun. I've only been to one practice so far. I'm definitely really out of shape because I haven't really played clarinet. I mean, I've picked up the clarinet a few times in the past few years just to kind of, you know, make sure I could still play. But I really haven't played seriously in like 8 years. At the first practice, I was struggling. Like, my chops are so out of shape that, like, during some of the songs, I just had, like, straight air coming out of the sides of my mouth because I could not keep my mouth, like, around the mouthpiece. Hopefully this practice goes a little bit better. Going in with the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer. So anyway, the reason why I say that is because I don't want to do, like, a super bold makeup look today. I want it to be pretty light and natural because, I don't know, I don't really like showing up to casual functions like band practice with, you know, a super glam face of makeup. I don't know, maybe that's me caring too much what people think, but next I'm going to go in with the Oma contour stick. And then on my cheeks, I cannot wait any longer to use this, the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush in Nude Tude. I can't remember if I like applying this directly to my face. I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand to apply it this time, just to play it safe. That really is just the perfect fall blush color. I love it. Alright, going in with some Urban Decay Primer Potion. And then in my brows, I'm just gonna do a one and done product today, the NYX Thick It Stick It Brow Gel in Cool Blonde. I just want a very natural brow today. I almost forgot, I want to color correct my under eyes and then I need to powder my face. I was about to just skip straight ahead to eyeshadow, but let's not forget powder. I personally can't live without powder. So I'm using the e.l.f. Light Pink Powder on the under eyes. I've really missed using this. I just realized before we pick a palette, I need to add the ABH Norvina palette, which I don't keep in my basket, I keep it in my drawer here, but that one is like permanently part of the rotation, so I want that one in there as well. Okay, oh, I gotta go through an ad now for the Guac Bacon Berg at Carl's Jr. Do you have Hardee's or Carl's Jr. where you live, or neither? I grew up around Hardee's, and when I found out that it's called Carl's Jr. on the West Coast, my mind was blown. I have fond memories of Hardee's because there was a Hardee's like a 5-minute walk away from my high school, and so after band practice, we would often go hang out at the local Hardee's. They have good milkshakes there. Alright, let's spin the wheel and pick a palette. What's it gonna be? So we got Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude. That's fine with me because it should be pretty easy to do something light and neutral with this palette. I'm gonna start by dusting some of Fair in my crease and just the brow bone to kind of set my eyeshadow primer. I do feel like that is a necessary step with this palette because some of the mattes in here are not the most blendable. Alright, now I'm gonna dip into Stone with my crease brush and dust it in the crease. This is probably going to be a very basic eye look. I apologize in advance if you were hoping for something dramatic, but this is probably going to be a very basic eye look. For my liner, I'm just going to use the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in Copper Chic for lazy liner. On the top and bottom, just kind of in the outer half of my eye. And then I will sort of blend that out a little bit to soften it. All right, for my lid shade, I'm going to dip into Whisper, just like a satiny pinky taupe. And then for my inner corner, I'm going to take some of Mia, that really light pink. This is a little bit more sparkly. Pop that in the inner corner. For my setting spray, I'm just going to do the JLo Glow and Get It, because my skin's feeling kind of dry. Even though it doesn't look, I don't know, it doesn't look dry, but it feels tight, you know? And then my go-to mascara lately has been the e.l.f. Lash Extender. I love this one. It is very trustworthy. Oh, I forgot to curl my lashes. This is what always happens. I always forget. I need to put, see, I have it like all the way over here. That's probably why. I'm gonna put this in my drawer so that it's right there, and hopefully I'll remember next time. But I've been really enjoying this mascara. It's very trustworthy in that it doesn't smudge or flake, which is the beauty of a tubing mascara. I've decided from here on out, I'm only gonna be opening and using tubing mascaras, because it just seems like the vast majority of non-tubing mascaras, they just don't stay on my lashes in one way or another. They either smudge or flake, so I'm just not gonna deal with that anymore. But this mascara is fantastic, and it's also really satisfying to remove. All right, on my lips, I'm gonna have to remove this when I go to band practice, because you can't have anything on your lips when you play clarinet, not even chapstick, because it gunks up the reed. But for now, just to finish off the look, I'm gonna go in with some BK Beauty Warm Spice, which actually matches my blush perfectly. And then I'm gonna top that with the Sigma Renew Lip Oil and Tint. So there's the finished makeup look. I can't wait to do some more like vampy and dramatic fall looks as well. Let me know if there are any palettes or products specifically that I picked out that you want to see me use in upcoming Get Ready With Me's or shorts, and I'll try to feature those in upcoming videos. Thank you again to Anna Luisa for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check them out if you're in the market for some new jewelry. I'll have them linked below. And again, they're having up to 30% off site-wide right now. And another huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members for supporting me. If you would like to join the Patreon or channel membership, those will also be linked down below. And I do an extra vlog and makeup video for my patrons and members every month, so I'd love to have you join. And otherwise, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you had fun, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye!